There's so much drama going on right now.
Girl, she not ready to have her.
Hey, what is up, all my social comment friends? It's Dustin, and I'm back with another video, and we're on camera today.
Hi.
We're rarely on camera anymore. How are you, Nick?
Hi. A little stoned.
We knew that. Well, basically, I had another video that I was going to work on and put out today because I have something that I need to get out there, but I'm waiting on someone to get back to me. So I wanted to come on here and react to Jaclyn Hill's latest video.
I have not watched it yet.
It's titled We Need to Talk. I just watched it while you were editing your video.
Yes.
And she made some very good talking points. Now, we know for a very long time now, Jaclyn has had really nasty comments made about her, her appearance, the way she dresses, the way she does her makeup, all these different things.
Yes.
Right. And we relate to that in some sense because people always make fun of the way we look. They say nasty, horrible things about me. It's always about my weight because I'm like a yo-yo. 1 month I will lose 20 pounds and then the next month I'll gain it back and so on and so forth.
I just have 3 chins.
Yeah.
And overfilled lips.
But Jaclyn made a very good point in her video today that one major point I want to talk about is she said that these people are nasty to her, but the moment that she responds, she becomes the bad guy, and that person that said the nasty, awful things to her is the victim.
Okay, that's the same song and dance with every single influencer. Anybody who has a social media following, that is always the same song and dance. Like, you can poke and poke and poke and poke and poke, but once that larger person responds to you, oh no, oh my gosh, you're being so mean to me. How could you? Oh my gosh, your fans have gotten so vicious with me. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, that's not my problem. You started it.
Yeah, no. And a lot of people are going to say, well, you're hypocrites because you're calling out Gabby Hanna for doing this. No, like 99.999% of people are not in group chats, Patreon chats, Discords with their followers. We're simply talking about, like, if you say something nasty to me on Twitter, I quote tweet you, and then you get the smoke and the attention that you deserve and you wanted.
Here's my thing with that. There's a huge difference in what, like, a quote tweet. Okay, I love to quote tweet at people over on Twitter because then they get dragged underneath it. It's not a secret. Like, if people sit online and say, I just quote tweeted to bring attention to it, I didn't think anything negative was going to happen, they're lying to you. But there's a difference in what Gabby does over on her Patreon, where people are paying her apparently $100 just to talk to her, where she is actually weaponizing her underage fan base to go and attack. And those people are not just, you know, like tweeting back like, oh, you're ugly, all this kind of stuff. Like, they're digging into people's families, they're calling people's jobs, they're going after people's kids, all that kind of stuff, trying to get people's accounts taken down. There's a huge difference in just responding.
Yeah. And, you know, Jaclyn, she really... To be honest, she doesn't pop off on people that often.
I wish she would.
Here and there, we've seen glimmers of her like popping back at people, but the vast majority of it, like I don't see it. And when she does it, it's not very like mean. You know what I'm saying? So I relate totally to Jaclyn in this video that she posted. She did get into about the lipsticks and how it's. Now these days it's before lipsticks and after lipsticks. So that to me is her trying to set like a clear definition, like a line of like what used to be and what is now. And I will say after Lipstick Gate, Jaclyn really has put out some good stuff. I feel like she's redeemed herself. I feel like she's worked really hard.
That's what I don't understand. It's like, it's not like Jaclyn did these horrible lipsticks and then just nothing else. Yeah. Like, she's worked hard to put out products. The product immediately after those lipsticks were the highlighters, that she came out with for holiday, and everyone loved those. And people like these new lipsticks. So I don't get why we're stuck in, what was that, 2019? Yeah. 2019 is when she came out with the lipsticks. Yeah. We're stuck back then, but she's come out with so many other amazing products since then. I don't understand that. I think that's why they go after her face so much. It's because you really have nothing else to.
Yeah. The bottom line is, if you want to critique the way that somebody does their business, if you want to talk about shady things or them being lazy with production and all this, that, and the other, I feel like that's free game. But the moment that you cross that line where you're talking about people's family, you're talking about the way that somebody looks, you're saying all these nasty, horrible, awful things to people, that's when you really need to reevaluate what you're using the internet for and what you're trying to get at, because there are trolls out there that are literally dedicated to myself as well as Nick. And I know that there's trolls out there that are dedicated strictly to Jaclyn Hill.
But you know what's crazy about it? It's not just like they're calling Jaclyn ugly. Like, you know, like just throwing out like some stupid little dig like, oh, you're ugly or you're fat or something like that. It's they go into detail and pick apart everything. Like they sit there and they take time. That's where you just know that there's something wrong in their head, because it's like, you had that sick of a thought. Like, you need to be committed.
My favorite thing is like,
thank you.
We all know that Jaclyn, as well as many other YouTubers that have millions of subscribers, they have money, right? But my thing is like, people will pick apart, like Jaclyn will sit down on her couch and she has those 2 Hermes pillows. We know that those Hermes pillows
I love
are
those.
expensive.
I want to get them.
And we know a lot of, like I was just DMing Jaclyn the other day. I was wanting to know where her curtains came from because I love her curtains. But there's people out there that will dedicate their time to go and look up like the Balenciaga shirt she has on and things like that. And they'll compile like this list of all this stuff that Jaclyn spent money on. And they're like, well, what else could she do with her money? It's not your business what Jaclyn
like, what are you doing with your money?
It's not your business what any other person in this world does with their money.
Let's open up your Chase or whatever and let's see what you're doing with your money.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand why people get so upset when rich people show that they're spending their money on nice things. It's like, we know they're rich. Yeah. So why are you upset that they actually have nice things? Do you think they just are rich and they just like live in like a little shack, like in the woods, like hidden away from everyone? They don't. They go out and they live their lives. I don't understand why people get so upset. Like, oh my God, did you see? They spent $5,000 on a bag. Yeah. Well, obviously they could. Good for them. It's not my bank account.
You know what's so funny is like there's people like Jaclyn that will share this stuff, and then there's other creators that do the same exact thing and they don't do anything, but they're shunning and shaming and dragging Jaclyn for doing this while their favorite does the same thing. It's really strange. It's really strange.
Who?
I'm not gonna.
Who? Let me guess. Wait. Does their name have?
Yes.
It's everyone. That's who you're talking about. Like, we know.
Yeah, I mean, in like the stunts, like I don't care what people spend their money on, because at the end of the day, it's not coming out of my bank account. I'm cheap. The money spender in this relationship is Nick.
You know, another thing that yes, that is true. Another thing that they rag on Jaclyn all the time for is like her fashion. Like, oh, she's so gaudy. She's such horrible taste. In my opinion, when it comes to fashion as well as decor in your house, that is for you. Yeah. That is to make you feel good. Like when you walk into your space, that's your space. What you are wearing on your body, that is supposed to make you feel a certain type of way. I'm not dressing for everyone out there on the damn road, and I sure as hell am not decorating my house for everyone on the fucking internet. Yeah. Now, if you want to get a glimpse inside of my house, that's great, but girl, let's not come from linoleum floors.
You're crazy. Jaclyn has definitely, I feel like she's matured a lot over the past couple of years. And Jaclyn was never really the messy drama type. All Jaclyn's drama to me was basically like makeup launches.
And like going off on like a few people online, not taking accountability was Jaclyn's like big thing. But I do think that she did grow.
She said in this video that
grown.
If that video happened, like if she had the lipstick thing that happened today, she would have handled it differently, because a lot of people were turned off by that video that she uploaded talking about all the different like ingredients and all that. Like that video was a debacle, and she knows that. But Jaclyn
and I believe her that she would handle it differently.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think Jaclyn is that bad. Do you know that somebody had the audacity? Because Jaclyn's been pretty friendly with us recently. Like, I'll tweet to Jaclyn, she'll quote tweet me, she'll tweet me back, and it's fun to have that interaction with her. But somebody tweeted back to me, and they were like, I can't believe that Jaclyn's interacting with you after you dragged her, this, that, and the other. I'm like, are you serious? Like, everybody was talking about the lipsticks, like, that's my job. Like, just because I like someone and I watch their content does not mean that I'm fully behind everything that they say or do or put out. Like, if you have a problem with the product, I'm going to talk about it. And Jaclyn understands that, because I've messaged her and talked to her about that very same thing.
Well, you know what, I will admit, first and foremost, I was kind of like hard, like on the situation about the lipsticks. So I didn't understand, like, how could something so major happen when you are sitting there saying like, I was in there hands-on in the lab, all that kind of stuff, showing videos of you in the lab. But I just didn't understand it. Yeah, but I just didn't understand it. And so I was tough on it, but watching Jaclyn ever since that, she has grown. She has definitely taken another turn on her YouTube channel, and it actually seems like she's enjoying her content. If you want to think that Jaclyn is just doing that content because she wants to sell a product, so be it. She's giving you guys what you want. She's putting out all these videos, so it's like she can't win.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy her videos that she does now. They're not all that makeup centered. But I never really had a problem with Jaclyn, like a problem at all. But the moment that I really started liking Jaclyn is when she trolled everybody with the cancel get up on at the Halloween party. That was iconic.
I should have gone to the party.
You should have went.
I should have gone to the party, because we already like knew just like this, like it's going to be some kind of like ambush or something when you go to this party with all these influencers. And so I would have already been in on the joke they would have, of course, wanted to like get us like saying something like, "Oh no, we really like you" or whatever.
Yeah. I like Jaclyn.
I should have gone. I should have just been in on the joke.
But that was a very iconic moment for Jaclyn Hill.
It was,
and I'd like to see her do it again. But you guys, please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Like, if you watch Jaclyn, do you feel like she's progressed? Because I do, and that's just my opinion. You're entitled to your own. And as far as like vile, nasty comments, I know that on videos about Jaclyn, people like to say things about her looks, and I always delete those when I see those. So please don't leave those. Keep those nasty, negative comments to yourself. That's not adding anything to an argument against someone. You know what I mean? But I hope you all have an amazing day, and we'll see you all in the next video.
Bye.
Bye, guys.